I'm at the Temple Mount, Haram al-Sharif, Al-Aqsa, so many names to that important place. But this time I'm not alone. I'm with a group of tour guides. And the master is not me. The master is Yaron Ovadia, that lovely guy. And he is an expert in Islam. Then I will try to take a video from a different perspective. Jerusalem is a difficult city. There's no water here, only one small spring. The highway is not here. There's no reason for that city. The only reason is because of religion, 3 different religions. Then that's why it's a very important city, but that's why it's been destroyed so many times because of so many religion war. And this time of the year, we are actually having the same thing. There's a war between ISIS, Gaza, and Hezbollah from Lebanon to terror organizations against Israel. 12% of the city is the Temple Mount, which is a lot. 12% of the city is the size of the Temple Mount. Unbelievable. It's a quarter of Jerusalem. It's a religious city. And if you will add the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and other places, holy site, it's even more than that. It's a lot for a small city. Most of the wars, names of between the Muslims and Israel is with the name of Jerusalem in it. It's like more than that. It's the story of Al-Aqsa, the place that we are actually visiting. There are more than 150 special sites in the Temple Mount. It's even more than that. It's endless. For example, that site is a mosque. Mastaba, which is a mosque. It's an open mosque. There are more than 30 like that. At the end of every mastaba, mosque, you can see the mihrab, which is the way, showing you the way to Mecca, which is the other way, that way. 6 of those sites considered to be the most important ones. The museum, which is right there. Sadly, we cannot go into it. I used to be there until 2000. In the museum, you will see that the Temple Mount started only at the 8th century. There's nothing about the temple here, of course. Everything beneath us, it's the King Solomon's table, which is a huge 2 mosque. And then we do have the Dome of the Rock, Al-Aqsa, and there's some other places that you cannot see it from here. There are special capitals here from the Roman time, many years ago. Josephus Flavius, when he talked about the Temple Mount and the temple itself, he actually said that the capital of the columns used to be covered with gold. And there are some capitals here that you can see gold in their in between the cracks here. 5 of those capitals are with it. For example, in that capital right there, there's a little bit of gold. This one, you can find some gold in between, but but that one you can see even more. But there's a big group there, and we will wait for them to go. Alright. For example, you can see it here. Can. Hallelujah for that. Then it might be from the Second Temple time, my friends. You can see the mosque itself. Oops, slicha. Let me see if he might close the door. You can see the mihrab. It's right there in front of you. Then sadly we cannot enter the mosque. Non-Muslims cannot enter to the mosque, to the Dome of the Rock, from the year 2000, from the first Intifada, which called Al-Aqsa Intifada. The Western Wall is the holiest place for, the Temple Mount is the holiest place for the Jews. The Western Wall, the Wailing Wall, a Kotel, is not the most important place for the Jews. It became to be a very important one because you cannot enter and pray at the Temple Mount. If you don't know, non-Muslims cannot pray here. Christians, Jews, Hindus, they cannot pray here. According to the Genesis, this is the land of Moriah. It's a region of Moriah. The problem is, what is Moriah? And where is Moriah? And the Bible never mentioned that Abraham and Isaac were at Jerusalem. It just meant the region, the land of Moriah. The word Moriah, according to the Jews, is to teach. More, it's a teacher. And it's related to the foundation stone, Even Ashtia, the foundation stone. It's not for drinking, because Shtia, it's equal to drinking as well. And the word Moriah, to teach or to show where's the stone, where's the foundation. About the foundation, until the destruction of the temple, no one mentioned the foundation stone. Josephus Flavius actually talked about the temple. Actually, he talked about every inch of the temple, but he didn't mention that stone. That stone became to be very important after the destruction of the temple at 70 AD. King David bought the Temple Mount, that area, with full money. Just like he bought Hebron, the tombs of Hebron, Me'arat HaMachpelah, King Solomon tombs, the tomb of Joseph, for example, is another one, and Sebastia is the fourth one. To buy that place and not to occupy it shows you who is the boss here. Jerusalem is important for the Muslims because of three main reasons. The first one, it was the first prayer site. When Muslims praying through Mecca, but the first 1.5 years, they actually prayed through Jerusalem, the Qibla. Then in that case, it's from Surah 2, the chapter 2, and from there you can that you have to pray to Mecca, but until then it was for them. The night journey is the second reason. Surah 17, the first one, and Allah took Muhammad from Mecca to Al-Aqsa Mosque. But where is Al-Aqsa Mosque? Oh, no. Where is Al-Aqsa Mosque? This is the major question. In English, is the far, far away mosque. There are few options about the location of it. 98% of the Muslims believes in Jerusalem, here in that place. The rest might be a lot of different options, but it's a minority. If you look at Surah 17, chapter 17 in the Quran, when you are continue that chapter, for example, verses 4, 5, there was a place that Allah punished the Jews twice. And remember, first temple, second temple? It's a political act against Christianity and Judaism. We are the newest religion, but it actually mentioned the place that God punished the Jews twice, which was Jerusalem. According to the Muslim tradition, Muhammad ascended into heaven from the foundation stone, which is inside the dome of the rock. The third important reason why Jerusalem is important, resurrection time, according to the Muslims, will happen in Jerusalem. It's similar to the Christianity and to Judaism. Just like Judaism and anyway Christianity. Muhammad ascended into heaven from here. And sorry again. Jesus ascended into heaven from Mount of Olives, which is right there, and he will come back from the same place. Jerusalem is, according to the Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, is the closest place to heaven, to God. Before they built the mosque here in the 7th century, we don't know exactly what's happened here and that area. The temple wasn't there, as you can understand. The Byzantines decided to try not to renovate that place to show their believers that Judaism is dead. Then they didn't actually. Omar, the Caliph who came to here, we don't know what he built, but what we know is that at 1670 there was a huge mosque made of wood. Later on, they built two important places. A memorial site, it's not a mosque, there's not a lot of place to pray there, and Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is a prayer building. Those two places were built at the Umayyad time. Because Al-Aqsa Mosque is standing on top of King Solomon's stables, it was shaky. Then it's been destroyed a few times. 1927, all the facade, even most of the mosque, is new because it's been destroyed. 1927, at the time of the British. There are 4 inscriptions at the top. It's difficult to see it from here because of the sun. The sun location is not helping us a lot. The oldest one is that one, the left one from those two. It's difficult to see. Sorry. It actually talks about when that area was established. It was built by Al-Malik Ayyubi Sultan, 13th century in Jerusalem. He renovated that at 1217, and this is the oldest inscriptions. 2 years later, he destroyed the walls of Jerusalem. He actually built the Temple Mount, but destroyed the wall of Jerusalem, and the people of Jerusalem didn't like it. They came to here because of the Crusaders. They won the war. And that's the meaning of it. We are here, we are better than the Crusaders. We came to save Jerusalem. There's an earthquake every 100 years in Jerusalem, and because it's a little bit shaky area, it's actually not so stable. That's the Kas, purification place, the cup in English. It was built as a water system from 12th century. The water came from King Solomon stable, wow, south of Bethlehem. And all the water came from King Herod. Aqueducts. After the Crusader time, the Crusader renovated it, and 14th century, instead of the water system, he built that beautiful site, the Kas. And there are some the inscription. There are some inscriptions, and who actually put that inscription? That was put there by the Jordanians, a Shemite family. What they actually say that please don't use soap here, and then in that case, who is the owner of the place? Israel, the Palestinians, or the Jordanians? There is another inscription that was put here by the Hashemite family. It's right there. And where's my finger? The idea is that they want smoke here, but they didn't say don't smoke. They say please don't pollute the air of the area of the Nile journey of Muhammad. I love it. It's good. But again, it shows us who's the boss here. Let me show you exactly where is that. Right there. We're now heading to the eastern part of the Temple Mount. Don't worry, we're gonna climb that important place soon. And let me remind you, it's already 19 minutes now, and if you watch that video, it means that it's interesting for you. Then please subscribe to my channel, be part of my family. It's wartime, are not working. You are my only family now, Dan. You can ask me whatever you want. One of the questions is, where was the location of the Temple Mount? The temple. The second one. The first one we don't know a lot. But this is for sure the Temple Mount that was built by King Herod. But we don't know exactly what was the Holy of the Holy. We have some items we have some description from Josephus Flavius and from the Mishnah. Josephus Flavius gave us a lot of things. We know every inch of it, but the Mishnah actually mentioned different things. The third source of the temple was archaeological excavations. And according to Yaron, we don't know for sure. According to most of the excavation or scholars, is that the holy site, the Dome of the Rock, is the site of the Jewish temple. This is the highest place, and if it's holy site, it's usually keep the deity. King David bought it from the holy site of the Jebusite, and the Crusaders built the churches there as well. And Josephus mentioned that when you enter to the Temple Mount, you had to climb a little bit more to reach the temple. Look at that. See the stairs. The ancient stairs from the time of King Herod, it's not from there. I cannot talk there, but right there. I will walk without talking. For example, this is new for me, and I'm happy about it. It might be that was the end. You know that no non-Jews could enter to the Temple Mount, but they could reach that area. I'm not sure that they could climb all the way up. At the Israel Museum, and you can watch my video about it, you could see an inscription that tells you that until here, everyone can enter. From here, it's from the time, only Jews can do that. Ooh, look at the clouds. It was a lot of the columns here that you see here are from the Crusader time. They built a lot here in that place. Inside the Al-Aqsa, for example, there are so many Crusader things, capitals, columns. Remember that we mentioned that there are so many open mosques, and this is 1982. There was a massacre between the Muslims and the Christians. I think Druze at Lebanon, and of course they blame Israel. And you can see that cut column, which shows you that it used to be it's cut like something bad happened. You can see the mihrab right there. You can see two small domes. That one, and the Dome of the Rock. The first one is called the Chain Dome, and we will talk about it soon later on. See the columns here. It's called Mazin Skull, to wait. That's where the judgment place will be at the end of the days, right here. And that's why there are 4 different like that. From here, you do have 2 options: to hell or to heaven. Remember, it's difficult to see behind olive trees. You can visit the the eastern wall of Jerusalem, and we're heading north. The entrance for non-Muslims is only from one place. If you watch my previous videos of the Temple Mount, you saw the wooden bridge. I decided to start the tour from the inner part of the temple, because I wanted to give you as much as I can from Yaron Ovadia. It cost me a lot of money to be here, but I'm so happy that I'm doing it, because I'm studying a lot from Yaron Ovadia. He's a short guy, but he's got the energy, and I love that person. A person with knowledge, but no ego. Lovely. I wish that I could be as modest as this. In front of you can see the Golden Gate, the biggest gate in the Temple Mount. There are 2 questions: who built it? And the second question is why the most beautiful temple is facing to the east. Another open mosque. We don't know the answer for sure. We don't know who built it, and we don't know why. Then speculations. The theoretically say that it's a Byzantine gate, but why to build a beautiful gate in a ruined area? A lot of garbage was here at the time of the Byzantine. And at the beginning, at the 7th century, Heraclius, the Caesar, won the Persians. He brought back the true cross. Maybe because of it, they built that gate, and because he came from the east. You see Mount of Olives is above us, is above it. The other option is the Umayyad gate from the beginning of the Muslims. When they built that, they looked at it as a religious place. Ramleh was the capital, not here, not Jerusalem. Jerusalem was never the capital of the Muslims. But when people came, pilgrimage, ziyarah, to here, when Muslims came, they renovated the gates, and one of the rulers built that gate for them. There's no inscriptions on it, then it's a little bit difficult for us to understand, to know the truth. The Mercy Gate, which is the Jewish tradition, the Jews at the time of the Christians couldn't enter to the Temple Mount, but they had to make. But what they did, they make a run tour, and until today there are run tours around it every Friday. And that I didn't know. I will try to look for it. And when they reach to here, they know that the Messiah, Jewish Messiah, which sadly is not Jewish, then don't argue with me, according to the Jews, Then they used to pray here. It used to be an iron gate until the 15th century. You could enter, and when, at the 16th century it was blocked. Then no one can enter from there anymore. If there is a Jewish tradition, then usually there's a Muslim tradition as well. Bab al-Rahma, the name in Arabic, which is the Mercy Gate. According to the Muslims, it was built on top of one of the sentences on the Quran, the iron. The Kidron Valley is at the other side, Wadi Nar, the beginning of hell. And here it's kind of heaven. Then it's actually separated between the bad and the good. I must say that the Jews actually saw the same idea. So it's the same idea. The Kidron Valley, it's hell, and this is heaven. The sentence says that there will be a wall and a gate between the bad and the good thing. It's written in the Quran. Then it sounds so true. Then the very important gate will be here. Today it's a very impressive mosque. If I remember, it's for the women. To go in, only Muslims can enter to it. If you want me to convert you to Islam, 4 minutes, and you are a Muslim person, and then you will be able to go in. Now, this is the first video that tells us the place here, but geopolitical video will be soon by someone else that's what he's doing, and I'm studying it for like 6 months. Why there are so many cats? There was a person who used to feed the cats, and there was hundreds of cats. Abu Huraira was his name, the friend of Prophet of Muhammad. When he was at Medina, they saw that his guy saw the little kitten is Abu Huraira. His tomb is at Yavne. Because of that person who loved the cat, there are so many cats. He died at. The person was, the servant of God. He died recently from COVID, but because of him, there are so many kittens, so many cats here, and everyone who actually visit the Temple Mount with me saw it. But in most of my videos, you can actually see it as well. Let's continue the video, but let me tell you that if you are watching that video, you are good disciples and you are part of my family. If you want to support my channel, few options. The first one, you can send the video or the link for my YouTube channel to every friend of you. And if you want to help me financially, because this is the only way for me to survive now in that time of war, then at the bottom you will see the shape of a heart. This is super thanks. You can do that. In the description you will see more details about the Temple Mount, and you will see 2 links of Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal, and through there you can do that too. I'm so sorry that I'm really talking about it, but I want to survive. Another open mosque. You can see the mihrab right there. We are continuing to the north. You will see the the northern wall, and the exit to the Via Dolorosa is from there. But we are turning left and we are climbing up to the Temple Mount, to the Dome of the Rock, because we don't have a lot of time. We have less than half an hour until they will kick us out, and the place will be open only for Muslims. You can see a lot of olive trees there. Few gates at the northern tower. Hota used it, and Faisal, and the tribe gates. From there you can go out. If you're not Muslim, so you cannot go in. You cannot enter to here. Then we are now walking from the northern part to the eastern part. And remember, there are two domes here. The Dome of the Rock, the site of the foundation stone, and that's from Muhammad ascended into heaven. We didn't talk about Abraham and Isaac, Moriah, the house of God, the Holy of the Holy, for the Jews were there. And next to it is the chain dome, and we are heading now to that area. When they built the Dome of the Rock, they built the chain at the end of the 7th century. A lot of the Muslim historian, actually thinks that is a small model for the Dome of the Rock, but it's not the same. Maybe they change it, but maybe it is a model that was built for the Dome of the Rock. The research believe that they built that one as a purification area, the one who entering to the Dome of the Rock. Why? There's no walls. And we know that beneath it there's a water cistern. They actually changed. You can see that the floor is not as old as that. Then they exchange it. They build or renew it at the 70s. Then another option. They called it Mahkama. Yeah. Dawood, Mahkama Dawood, which is the court of King David. For them, it wasn't David. In the Quran, he judged a lot of people. There was a iron chain, and everyone who stood next to David had to hold it. If the chain, if he held it, it means that he is right. But if the chain is running away from him and he cannot hold it, it means that he is actually lying. The 6th century, Suleiman the Great, who came to here, he decorated with all those tiles, and he added inscriptions. I am Suleiman the Magnificent, the first Ottoman Sultan, and of course sentence from the temple as well. Another inscription, sorry. Oh, David, you became to be our judgment in this land, and judge them with justice. Those sentences, you can find it at the Canaculum, the room of the Last Supper, which became to be a mosque, if you remember, and that's for a different video. Look for the middle of place. This is the spot that Yaron is actually standing on. It is the center of the Temple Mount. That means that if that is the center, and they measure it as the 7th century, it means that the Dome of the Rock is not in the center. And if the Jews believe that that was the Holy of the Holy, something is wrong here. Maybe the reason for the small building here is because of the location of it, the center of it. Then let's talk about the Dome of the Rock, but for that we will do that from the southern wall. That beautiful memorial site, we believe that it looks like memorial churches that you could find there, can find it in Israel and Jerusalem. There's an exactly church like that next to Bethlehem. It's called Katisma Church. I do have a beautiful video of it. It's not exist anymore, sadly, but it took the same coding, including the site itself. At the Katisma, there is a mosaic floor of a palm tree there, Katisma, and here as well. You cannot find it in any other site. That is, in it, according to Muslim, is the rock that from it Muhammad descended into heaven and got the 5 prayers of the day. There's a hole in the rock itself, and you can enter to the cave itself because there's a cave beneath it, but sadly only Muslims can do that. I did it for the last time, 2000, before the Intifada, and that was the last time that I entered to there. It looks like, that if there's a hole that I told you, it might be a tomb from earlier for the Jews and for the Muslims. And those kind of tomb, there is a hole at a rock, and then they build kind of a cave in it. In Jerusalem, we found so many tombs like that from the Bronze time. The cave is big, and the cave became a very important holy site. According to the Jews, that is the place, the Holy of the Holy and the foundation stone. 20 people can actually enter to that cave. And it became, as we believe, remember the Canaanite time, the Jewish time, Christians' time, and Muslims' times, all the side, it keeping that holy. You could find there a spot of the foot of Muhammad. From there he ascended into heaven, just like the church, which is a mosque now, at Mount of Olives, and that is where Jesus ascended into heaven. You can see the footprint of his toe. There are 2 domes from the Umayyad time, from 7th century. It's actually made of wood. You can find it in Google. You can find the pictures of it in Google. It's beautiful. And beneath the dome, there's a lot of mosaics wall and inscriptions about the one who built that place. Above it, you can see the golden dome, and made of gold, and it's renovated lately by King Hussein from Jordan. The ceramic that you see here is from 16th century and up, built by Suleiman Magnificent. He was the first one, and then the rest. and then you can see the new inscription is, the inscription is only from 16th century. The Jordanian actually renovated it. Most of it today it's Jordanian one, and a little bit from the remains from the Ottomans time, 16th century. Surat Yasin is, you can see the inscription of it. Surah Yasin is actually dealing with the end of the days, the judgment time. And beneath the dome, you can see there is inscription as well. Then two kinds of inscriptions. It's 91st sentence of the Isra chapter. Remember the sending of Muhammad into heaven, into God. Yeah. There are 4 entrances. This is, we are the south one. The other one, the north, is the entrance to Garden of Eden. And above every gate there are inscriptions for Suleiman the Magnificent, the one who built it, the builder. The inscription here is not in situ. The one who built it in the 18th century there are 2 inscriptions, one in Turkish and one in Hebrew and in Arabic. He found that inscriptions and put it there. But this is an inscription, original one from Salahuddin. There's one at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and this is the second one, which is so important. I'm Salahuddin, build that place, build that building, and dig, excavation, and a tunnel. But we know which places he did it. But it is original inscription from Salahuddin, very important. The fonts in Arabic. This is not Ottomanic font. It's earlier than the Ottoman time. It's the same Arabic, but it's a different kind of letter. Same letters, but different kind of calligraphy. Let's go to Husseini family tombs, and from there we will leave a Temple Mount, because we must do that. But don't worry, if you watched that video, and you already subscribed and push the button next to it, you will see in the next few weeks another 2 videos. Will add more information about the Temple Mount. One of them will be a video that deals with the situation today. Then I'm sure that it's interesting. It's not my tour. Remember, I took myself a very important study of Jerusalem, because I'm not working. It took me weeks to decide to do that or not, because it's a lot of money and I cannot afford myself. But I said to myself that this is the time that I can study new things, and this is the time that because of it, you will be able to see more. And for my future tourist, I will have more and more information, and I love it. Sabil Qaid Bay which is beautiful. Sabil is usually the place that you can actually drink water, and you can see you can drink it, but look how beautiful is the place itself. Another mosque, remember? He is unique because of the stone curves. I mean, look how beautiful it is. The dome is from 15th century, from Kite Bay. Is not a regional place of his, but he renovated it and added a lot of inscription. But look how beautiful it is. It's a piece of art, I must say. Look at the columns. In Cairo, you can see a lot of it, but this is the only one that you can see here in Jerusalem. One of the group members said, let's go to Cairo, let's go to Cairo. I was there, I will be more than happy to visit it again. There's another gate there. There's a coffee place and residential buildings. That's an iron gate. Then let's go to see Husseini family tombs. I mean, if you watched the last video of mine, a few weeks ago, I was with the only tourist ever in those 4 months. We went out, I think, from here. But look how beautiful it is. Look how beautiful is the gate. Look at the white and black stones. Look at the beautiful, look like water drops. There are a lot of tombs here at the Western Mall. Behind it is the Western Mall itself. This one is of five people. (1931) is the first one that was buried here. He was a Hindi guy who converted to Islam. He wasn't from Jerusalem. After 1927, after the earthquake, he actually organized a lot of donation for it. When he died, Hajj al-Min al-Husseini prepared a funeral for him, and he was buried there as well. The rest 4 are from the family of Husseini. Let me see if you can see something. There are 3 more from Husseini family. He was the first one was one of the first mayor of Jerusalem, the Muslim ruler, Abdul Qadir al-Husseini, his son, that was a very big enemy to the Israelis, died in 1948, and he was buried there as well. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and supposed to be 5. And his son Faisal Husseini was buried here too. Faisal Hassani wasn't a good friend of their Jews, of Israel. In the political tour, we will talk about a group of Jews who are visiting that place every day. It was a very huge dilemma. Can they not? Cannot? Yes, no. I'm studying a lot about it, but you can see the small group of those people actually. They're going together with I don't know if you saw the police. And they're taking care that they won't pray in their holy site. There's another tomb, a very beautiful tomb, and it's a royal tomb. You can see the flora. You can see the flag of Palestine here, and he was actually the father of Abdullah, the Hashemite one. Abdullah was murdered here, and we will talk about it when we talk about the political tour. Let me show you how it looks like. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, that's the Iron Gate. That's where we left last time to see the Little Western Wall. But we are going out from a different place. You saw another Jordanian another inscription that say don't talk with your cell phone. But what they saw but they did it in a beautiful place. If you are talking, talk with Allah. Don't use your telephone. Another inscription here, another sign here that actually say you cannot use it as a sales area. Cannot sell things here. If you want to market something, market Allah, sell Allah. That one. I love that. I love the Jordanian signs. Another group of Jews. As you can see, it's Orthodox Jews, and I'm studying about how it started. That for next video, because we're gonna deal with it. As you can see, they cannot walk by themselves. There's a lot of Israeli policemen. They're taking care that they won't do anything. I took some videos. I don't know if you saw, of those Jews who actually started to pray. It's usually happening in tension time. Let me show you what we did today. We started the tour to the Moroccan gate. Let me show it to you. Sorry. Moroccan gate. We saw Al-Aqsa. We went through there. We talked about the scale here and gate, the Mercy Gate, and then we climb up through here. We saw the Chain Dome, and then we made a round tour, and we are leaving the gate from there. And that was an hour, yeah, a little bit more than an hour. Maze? The Waqf office is right here. The Waqf are the Muslims. They're taking care of the holy sites of the Muslims, and here they are getting their money, their salary from the Jordanians. The Sunnah, for the Sunnah Muslims, which is the majority of the Muslims, it's the third important place. For the Shia, it's only the seventh spot. For the Christians, Temple Mount is very important, but it's not holy. It's important for them because of the traditions of Jesus who've been here. Remember, so many things that of Jesus were here in that place. He was here 12 years old. He was arguing with the priest, or actually preaching for the priest. The first time that he was here was the presentation in the temple. The disciples were here so many times. St. Peter healed people by walking here. The Satan judge tried Jesus here too. Jesus was talking about the destruction of Jerusalem and the temple. St. Stephen was stoned very close to it, and there are so many events that turns that place for important, but it's not so holy. The holy site here, for most of the Christians, is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. If you will ask Muslims about the temple, he will tell you that it's only imaginary temple. The temple, Jewish temple, wasn't there here. Although Bet al-Maqdis was the name of it in Muslim, it's the Jewish temple. But they say that it wasn't here. King Solomon, as a Muslim prophet, built Al-Aqsa here, Temple Mount. Then it's so difficult to argue with Muslims who study it from first day. There are so many, hundreds of books or information about the Jewish temple here that were written by the Muslims. In 1924, Hajj al-Min al-Husseini wrote kind of a tourist book, and he wrote a brief guide to Harem al Jerusalem, and there and when he reached Temple Mount, and he mentioned that this is the temple of King Solomon, without any doubt. And this is important because the King Solomon was built the first Jewish temple as well. And at the end, when he talked about the temple of the Jews that built by King Herod, and he was a person who really hates the Zionist movement and still wrote about it. Today, it's very difficult to convince Muslims who thought from day one that the temple wasn't here. And thank you for being with me in that 1 hour and 5 minutes tour, and I hope that you study a lot. Please write me write me whatever you want, but be gentle. Bye bye.